live streaming is kind of a paradox, right? On one hand, you want your live streams to be really off the cuff and real because that's the coolness about live video, right? But on the other hand, you want to have a level of professionalism with your videos, right? And you want to be able to brand yourself, brand your business, and ultimately you have a goal or a result from your live videos, correct? So in this live stream, I'm going to go over what I think are the 6 tips to make sure that you are killing it with your live videos, okay? And listen, leave a comment because I'm going to show you some fancy flashy things here. And if you leave a comment, I'm going to send you a private message with how I'm doing some of this stuff, all right? For instance, this little logo, you can do that really easily with a really cool software. And I'll send you the link to that and some more info after you leave a comment and say hello. Even if you're watching the replay, this counts for you too. Alrighty, so with no further ado, let's get started really quick. The first thing you have to think about is you should be talking to one person. One person when you're live, even though you are obviously live streaming to potentially so many people, right? You want to talk to one person. You want to have a person in your mind who that content is going to help, and you want to visualize them as you are talking. And that's going to keep your message really clear, really focused, and the people that it's for are going to be like, holy moly, I love this video. I need to subscribe to this person. I need to hear more. And the people that don't feel like that, well, you don't need them watching your shit anyway, right? Exactly. Hey, David, thanks for joining. I'm going to switch over here really quick to this camera because I want the white text on the black. So I'm even going to move out of the way a little bit. Okay, give me 1 second. Let's reposition. There we go. Okay. So, how are you guys doing today? Leave a comment and let me know if I don't already know you, which I probably do if you're hanging out over here. Let me know your name and everything. David, number 2. Remember your why. When you are live streaming, it gets a little chaotic, right? Like, there's so many elements to it, and you can easily get caught up in like the tech and the details and what should I say, and a lot of things that don't matter. You can be thinking things like, what are people thinking about me? Are they judging me? Do I sound stupid? Whatever. But we're all here live streaming for a reason, right? And hopefully, especially if you're following me, that reason is that you have some sort of purpose, right? Not just to make money with your business, and hopefully that's the goal too, but you probably have some sort of a purpose. And when you really keep in mind your why and, again, the people that you want to help, while you're delivering content, it's going to keep on feeding your brain and giving you ideas and kind of downloading things that those people need to hear, right? I'm not going to give a lot of specific tips right now. These are really general tips that are going to help anybody in any industry with their broadcasts. But I will come on, another time and answer some Q&A and talk more specifically about how live streaming can help your industry and some specific tips for that, because it can be a little different. Sonia, so you guys, Sonia asked what software are you using? Check your inbox. It should have sent you a message, and if it hasn't, it will shortly, okay? And it's going to tell you what software I'm using and exactly like how I'm doing it. Cool? Is this really live? It is really live. Is this real life? I just envisioned the David and the dentist. Is this real life? It is, I swear. Okay, so that's number 2, remember your why. Okay, number 3, think about your replay viewers. Yeah. Most of your video is going to be watched by replay viewers, and you don't want them to feel like they don't belong. You know, you don't want them to feel like, thank you, like, they weren't part of the conversation, so they can't comment. So, you know, even now, you guys, if you're watching the replay, join the conversation, leave a comment, and I'll come back and answer your questions later. I'm not using that. I'm using something else. I'm using a different software, and it's amazing, and it's amazing. Yeah, so always keep in mind, even if you're, you know, having conversations with your audience that you already know, like I am right now, keep in mind that you want your conversation to be not too like insider secret-y. Like if you start to use like, you know, some insider words, kind of explain yourself for the replay viewers so they don't feel like, oh, I jumped in here and I'm not really going to understand what's happening. And make sure that they know to join you on the live broadcast or the next broadcast so they can be part of the conversation, right? Totally love the stats. I love the stats, Dave. Keep bringing it on. I'm going to switch really quick to this different webcam so it's clearer because this is, because this grainy is bugging me, but I really want to get my little, hold please, technical difficulties. Okay, wait, I'd really like to get that little thingy right on the black, but I don't know if that's going to work. I don't know. I think that's fine. Okay. That was how he set it up originally, right? So I think we're good. By the way, Rosie is here. She wants to say hi. She says, hi, I miss you. I missed you guys from Periscope. She literally sits on my lap, literally like all day long, nonstop, lives her entire life on my lap. Even in the car, sleeps with me, comes in the bathroom when I'm taking a shower, literally lives her whole life with me, in case anybody was wondering. Okay. So, number 4, you guys, this is what I was been trying to set up here with my camera, like interchanging it around. Try your best to use the rule of thirds. Do you guys know, I do need like a million cameras. Do you know what the rule of thirds are? So yes, if you do, and I'm going to show you an example of that in just one second. Boom. That is the rule of thirds. It's kind of hard when you're on, but about right here, if you can imagine like a line, like at my nose, you know, and a line down here, you want to try to keep your subject at one of the thirds. And that's just kind of a professional tip, but you guys, I cannot even explain to you what the feelings that go through me when I see people not using the rule of thirds. It makes me so angry when I see people on like Facebook Live and they're like, their head is like down here. And I'm like, what is happening? Like, how is this not doable for you to set up? Like, all you have to do is move your body over just a little bit. If you're the subject, you know, and you're not showing things in the corners, or you want to be right in the middle, you can be in the middle, but just keep your nose and, you know, between your nose and your eyes, kind of at that top third. You want to go down? Okay. And it'll still look good. Another kind of psychological reason for this is that when you are live streaming, especially if you are in your mind, you know, talking to one person, do you ever talk to people like in real life where you're like looking down at them or where you're like looking up at them? No, that's like really creepy. So you want to have that like that eye level face to face to the camera and make sure that you're really centered in your video, because if you are looking up at somebody, it kind of gives the impression of you being like subordinate almost, and they're like looking down on you. And if you look down on them, just like that sounds, they're going to feel like you're looking down on them. So keep that in mind, even when I see it all the time, you know, especially girls, like, I understand that we like our selfies from like a higher level. I get it. We look hotter. Okay, this is science. But you don't want to do that when you're trying to create a professional video for your business. You want to meet your viewers and your audience like at their level, eye to eye. Okay? So always aim as much as possible. Hey, Tiffany. As much as possible for that. Okay, let me 1 second. So now next we have the most important one, I think, especially when broadcasting, be yourself. This sounds simple. Everybody tells you that. You hear it all the time from your parents. You probably did. You probably tell your kids if you have kids. Be yourself. But there is like nothing that is going to make people like you more than being yourself. Even if you are not perfect, even if you are struggling with something, even if you're learning, even if you're not that person's cup of tea, people like people who are really authentic, even if they're not necessarily like the same as them. And it can be tempting to see someone doing what you want to do, or someone in the industry, who does things a certain way, and so you start to think like, oh, well, I should be doing that because obviously that works. Oh, that person is like, hey, bro, and that person's like really like excited and energy, so I should be excited and energy. But no, if you're not, you should not do that. Okay, you should honestly just be yourself, because people can totally, we have intuition, people can totally sniff out when somebody is being a faker or a fraud. And do you guys agree with this? I personally would rather like hang out with somebody, learn from, follow, buy from the person who is just unapologetically themselves, right? Versus someone who might even be better, but is kind of a douche. Or like you can tell is faking it, So that's probably should be number one, because regardless of where you are with your live video or anything, just keep it real, So the last one is the most important. If you are using this for business, right? Who knows what a CTA is? There's a little bit of a delay right now, but that's okay. If you guys, a bunch of you in here, I know you know what a CTA is, because I remember teaching you these, or talking about it at least for some other stuff. Someone who seems evasive, totally, I could totally see that, yeah. My CTA for this video, this specific broadcast, by the way, there you go, Dave wins the prize. Every single broadcast or video you do, or anything you do, social media post, whatever, should have one specific CTA that's a call to action. And all that means is specifically asking someone to take an action. Okay, and usually my CTA is to go somewhere and enter their email. So I would usually give like a website address, or a link and like click here or whatever. But for this specific one, my CTA is leave a comment. Leave a comment, leave a comment, and leave a comment. So that is what I'm trying to get people to do right now. I'm not collecting emails. Right now, I'm not. Usually I would say, go here and get your free whatever to subscribe to the list, and then kind of like upsell or whatever. But I'm trying to get more interaction on my Facebook page, and I want anyone here or who is watching the replay to leave a comment, and I am going to message you right after that. Yeah.